Do you believe, Lindy, in prayer? Larry King leaned forward in his chair, elbows on the table, his gaze sympathetic but searching. Oh, yes. Even though it has been 2 months? Oh, yes. I felt as if I were in the hot seat. It was my second appearance on Larry King Live in as many months, and I knew Larry was asking me the same question millions of viewers had. Does God really hear when we cry out to Him? You've been praying for 2 months, Larry said. Yes. 8 weeks before, life as I'd known it had been completely upended when my 24-year-old son, Ryan, stepped through a skylight and fell 3 full stories. His skull was fractured, his lungs collapsed, and his heart stopped. When he broke through that roof, Ryan fell into a very different life, teetering on the edge of eternity. For weeks, my firstborn child lingered between life and death in the intensive care unit at UCLA Medical Center. At first, I was in shock, grieving, looking for answers. I felt so helpless. Prayer was my lifeline. Yet, I wanted to do more. What I hadn't expected was an opportunity to appear before a worldwide audience, all because Larry King was a friend of my dad, Pat Boone. Daddy had been friends with Larry since the talk show icon had hosted a local radio show from a Miami hotel lounge back in the late 1950s. Heaven Hears is the story of what happened next. It's a story about the power of prayer. It's about miracles. It's about overcoming despair, persisting through suffering, and surviving against all odds. It's an unbelievable story, and it's not over yet. If you or someone you love has experienced a traumatic injury, you know that it's like a hallucinatory roller coaster ride operated by a madman. There are tremendous ups and downs, not to mention sharp, jerky turns and dips that make your stomach tie up in knots. There are moments of triumph and joy and excitement, but there are also tears and screams and moments where you hold on until your knuckles turn white. I'm still on that roller coaster, although it's slowed down a bit, and the twists and turns aren't quite as bad these days. I've learned a few things along the way. That we are spiritual beings here for a reason. That good things can come from bad, and that heaven does hear, even before we have a chance to look up.
This story, Ryan and Lindy's story, ultimately God's story, was written to comfort those who are in any affliction, even those who have endured for years with the comfort with which we ourselves have been comforted, encouraged, bolstered, and finally rewarded by God in His infinite purpose and grace. As long as it has been, and while He still has some ways to go, Lindy, Ryan, and the rest of us rejoice in how our faith has been tested, challenged, and deepened, and how it has grown. We're all the better for it, and though we would have avoided it if we'd had the choice, we see God's fingerprints on all that has happened. We pray He will use our experience to build the faith of others and to comfort them in their affliction.
A special note from Stormy O'Mardian, that's me, best-selling author of The Power of a Praying Wife. Lindy's book is more than a miraculous account of the long and painful life and death struggle her son Ryan has gone through. It is also the story of a courageous family and the mother of a severely injured child whose love was so strong that she refused to give up on the miracles she believed were possible, even in the face of everything telling her otherwise. This is a book about undying love, raw despair, unwavering hope, and faith so strong that it refuses to weaken. This situation changed the lives of all who were involved in it, and it will change your life as well as you read it. It did that for me, and my life is the better for it. When I started reading Heaven Hears, I simply couldn't put the book down until I finished it. Ryan's story touched me deeply, and I know it will touch your heart as well.